Stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Money's coming to me.
Hello and welcome to the Phil's Gang Radio Show, coast to coast, the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. My name is Alex Scott, sitting in for Phil Grande. I've been here since last week and will be here for the majority of the week. Also joining us is Steve, Phil's Gang Director of Education. Hello, Steve. How you doing today, man?
Hey, good afternoon, Alex. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Not too bad. I think the 3-day weekend, the Labor Day weekend, is it's really working on me. It was nice and refreshing to have those 3 days off, even though I did work Labor Day. Did some yard work, but it's satisfying, to look at my home and see everything coming together and how beautiful it is. And if I didn't, my wife would have killed me. So put in some time on Labor Day.
Well, it's always good to get out there, cut some grass, clear your thoughts, drink a beer or two.
Yeah, and I think that's what it was all about is just, there's nothing like the smell of freshly cut grass, for sure. The COVID-19 pandemic has been really tough on a lot of people worldwide, and I'm saying that lightly and with extreme caution. I'm really not sure how else to approach that comment. So, of course, that goes without saying. The pandemic has destroyed a lot of lives, whether it be physically, emotionally, mentally, or economically, and in some cases, all of the above. But it did not affect all of us in a negative manner. As a matter of fact, people worldwide were told that we were all in this together, yet a lot of us figured out that statement's false, and I'll give you an example. According to BBC News in June of this year, more than 5 million people became millionaires across the world in 2020 despite economic damage from the COVID-19 pandemic, while many poor people became poor. The number of millionaires increased by 5.2 million to 56.1 million globally. Credit Suisse research found. In 2020, more than 1% of adults worldwide were millionaires for the first time. Recovering stock markets and soaring house prices helped boost their wealth. Wealth creation appeared to be completely detached from the economic woes of the pandemic, the researchers said. Lower interest rates and government support programs had led to a huge transfer of wealth from the public sector to the household sector, they added. Anthony Shiraks, economist, and author of the Global Wealth Report, said the pandemic had an acute short-term impact on global markets, but added this was largely reversed by the end of June 2020. Global wealth not only held steady in the face of such turmoil, but in fact rapidly increased in the second half of the year, he said. Since the start of the 21st century, the number of people with wealth between $10,000 and $100,000 had more than tripled in size from 507 million in 2000 to 1.7 billion in mid-2020. Nanette Heckler, Chief Investment Officer at Credit Suisse, said, "There is no denying actions taken by governments and central banks to organize massive income transfer programs to support the individuals and businesses most adversely affected by the pandemic, and by lowering interest rates have successfully averted a full-scale global crisis." She added, "The lowering of interest rates by central banks has probably had the greatest impact. It is a major reason why share prices and house prices have flourished, and these translate directly into our valuations of household wealth. But she added that these interventions have come with a great cost. Public debt relative to GDP has risen throughout the world by 20 percentage points and more in many countries. Generous payments from the public sector to household have meant that disposable household income has been relatively stable and has even risen in some countries. Ms. Heckler said a major reason why share prices and house prices had flourished was due to the lowering of interest rates by banks, which she added translated directly into our valuations of household wealth. Now, I say that most of this article is rubbish. And how can you say in the same statement that the poor became poor, yet the amount of money that an individual or household has to spend or save after income taxes have been deducted became higher, which is the disposable income? I'm just not buying that one. And 3 out of every 10 small businesses in the U.S. say they likely won't survive 2021 without additional government assistance during the coronavirus pandemic. A survey from the Federal Reserve Bank shows, considering there are roughly 30 million small businesses in the U.S., that means 9 million small firms are at risk of closing for good this year. I think everybody knows that small business, mom and pop shops, that's what creates the economy. That's what moves the economy. And especially when small businesses are flourishing and they're creating jobs, that's what the economy is all about. And how is this? We don't have a good economy. I don't care what the mainstream media says. If we had a good economy, they wouldn't have to print all the money that they print. They've printed so much money. It's in the trillions. The number's so large that I can't even spout it off. I don't even understand that number. It's one thing to understand what a million of something is, but once you start getting into the billions, I mean, it's difficult to comprehend, especially if you're looking at how much a billion is, a trillion is, and we are well into the trillions. If we had a healthy economy, if we had a good economy, we wouldn't have to be printing all this money. We would not have to give out all these stimulus checks. So the millionaires made, obviously, but how are they being made? Plus, this is a lesson to be learned. An old lesson: don't put all your eggs in one basket. Have some kind of a safety net, a contingency plan, and learn how to trade. That doesn't mean hire a money manager. That means become your own money manager. And the system that we here at Phil's Gang have, how we teach you to profit, to make profits in the stock market, in my opinion, is bar none one of the best. I don't think you're going to find any better, because we actually do care that you make money. I mean, it's advantageous for us that you make money, believe me. Go to thephilsgang.com and see what we do here. If you're a small business owner, even if you're doing well, that doesn't mean don't try something where it's going to make you more money. Take that money that you make and make you have it go to work for you. Have it make you more money. And if you go to thephilsgang.com and you click on, it's on the homepage, the button there, Get Started, it'll take you to the Working Investor Program. And that is for the blue-collar worker that doesn't have all the time to sit in front of a computer and watch charts. You can join that free for 10 days, and it's risk-free. And I say it's risk-free because we don't want you trading with real money, especially in those first 10 days. I mean, you're just getting started. If you want more information about Phil's Gang, what we do here, you can always call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. We'll be happy to talk to you, and we'll be happy to take the steps with you. We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out thephilsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hello and welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. My name is Alex Scott, sitting in for Phil Grande. Also with us is Steve, Director of Education for Phil's Gang. Now, in the first segment, we touched on how many millionaires have been created because of the COVID pandemic. And since we're all in this together, and just out of curiosity, how did the billionaires do through all of this? Well, according to the same source, BBC, billionaires see fortunes rise by 27% during the pandemic. The world's richest saw their wealth climb 27.5% from April to July this year, according to a report from Swiss bank UBS. That was up from the previous peak of $8.9 trillion at the end of 2017, and largely due to rising global share prices. UBS said billionaires had done extremely well in the COVID crisis. Go figure. It also said the number of billionaires had hit a new high of 2,189, up from 2,158 in 2017. It comes as a World Bank report on Wednesday showed extreme poverty is set to rise this year for the first time in more than 2 decades due to the pandemic. And, of course, if you're going to wean out the middle class, you take total control over a crisis. And that's how you do it. It's the transferring of money, of wealth. Of course, they're going to transfer more of that wealth over to the millionaires and billionaires. And that will wean out the middle class. I mean, where else are they going to put it? You can't necessarily make numbers like that disappear. And in a very strange coincidence, but not really, global change. In the last 11 years, China's billionaires have increased their wealth by the biggest percentage, climbing 1,146% between 2009 and 2020, according to UBS. Yep, well, once again, that's a big surprise, right? By comparison, over the same period of wealth of British billionaires has risen by just 168%. Just. I love how they use that word. But the biggest accumulation of wealth remains in the U.S., where American billionaires have $3 trillion compared to China's $1.7 trillion. The UK's wealthy have just $205 billion, compared to Germany's $595 billion and France's $443 billion. Now, one of the things that I looked at this morning, once again, out of curiosity, how much was made in the PPE, the personal protection equipment industry, and the insurance industry. The global personal protective equipment PPE market is expected to reach nearly $9 billion by 2027, according to a report released Monday morning. Grande Research, a San Francisco-based research and consulting company, projects the market will display a compound annual growth rate of 8.5% during the forecast period, driven by the rise in demand for PPE to protect healthcare workers who treat patients infected with coronavirus disease in 2019. Now, here's another point I want to bring up as well. While all this money is being made in PPE, the Green New Deal, because they care about the planet so much, this is something else I researched, is they have now millions of pounds of PPE in the ocean. The report also indicated that the increased adoption of gloves as a result of the outbreak will lead to disposable gloves experience demand growth of 8.6% by 2027. Additionally, respiratory PPE represented almost 11% of global revenue last year. Go figure. On January 20th, the nation's largest insurer, United Health Group, reported its full year 2020 profit of $15.4 billion, including $2.2 billion in profits for the fourth quarter. $3.2 billion in the third quarter and $6.6 billion in the second quarter. The insurer said profits were substantially higher than normal due to the unprecedented delay in elective and non-emergency procedures, the Star Tribune in Minneapolis reported. On February 3rd, Humana reported a loss of $458 million in 2020's fourth quarter, a considerable drop from the $593 million in profit the company reported for the fourth quarter in 2019. The insurer attributed the loss to a big jump in hospital admissions for patients with COVID-19 in nearly all of its markets. Now, when we come back from break, I'm going to go over a little bit more of these numbers. And it's doing is showing you the spread of wealth, okay? And it is in the market. There is money to be made in the market. These are just numbers we're throwing at you to give you an idea of how much money there is flowing through the market. So go to thephilsgang.com. On the homepage, you're going to see a button that says Get Started. When you click on that button, it'll take you to the Working Investor Program. You can join the Working Investor Program 10 days, risk-free. 10 days for free, risk-free. The reason why I say that is because we don't want you trading with real money, especially in the first 10 days of trading, even if you're an experienced trader, okay? It's a good idea to refresh in skills, and some of the habits that you have need to be replaced with other habits. And you find a platform that gives you the ability to trade with real money. And paper trading is kind of like a monopoly. They give you a certain amount, and you go in there and you make trades and test us. See if the system works. So if you test us for 5 days and you see the system's working, go ahead and try to go off the reservations of what we're telling you, and I guarantee you'll find that it doesn't work out for you. So if you want to make profits in the stock market, go to thephilsgang.com and join for free for 10 days. We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to thephilsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at thephilsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up. It never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at thephilsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, boydinvestigativegroup.com.
License number A1900020.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hello and welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. My name is Alex Scott, sitting in for Phil Grande, and I've been sitting in for Phil all week. Phil is on vacation, a very well-deserved vacation. I don't think Phil's been on vacation for about 8 years, so definitely well-deserved. And the first and second segment, we were talking about how much money was made in the COVID-19 pandemic through certain companies, one of them being in the insurance companies, and also the PPE companies, personal protection equipment companies. So we'll continue with that in segment 3 here before we get to some stocks. But although spending for non-COVID-19 care fell between normal levels by approximately 15%, Humana said that drop did not offset the rise in cost for testing and treating members with COVID-19. For 2020, however, Humana reported a profit of $4.6 billion, a 40% increase over the company's 2019 profits of $3.5 billion. The day after Humana reported its financial results, Cigna reported $4.1 billion in profit for the fourth quarter of 2020, a big jump over the $977 million in 2019's fourth quarter. For the full year, Cigna earned $8.5 billion in profits, a 66% increase from the company's profits of $5.1 billion for 2019. By all accounts, the publicly traded health insurers did very well last year, said economist. Why I had so much trouble with that word there. Sarah R. Collins, PhD, Vice President for Healthcare Coverage and Access at the Commonwealth Fund. By that, I mean they were quite profitable. So as you can see, there is money to be made in the market. These numbers that I'm going over, they're huge numbers. And, I could crunch the numbers for you and tell you a percentage. I mean, heck, I would take 1% of $8.5 billion. But to help us understand this more of how much money is in the market and how to make profits in the stock market, we have Steve, and we're going to do some Stock Corner.
The Phil's Gang Stock Corner.
All right, Steve, anytime, and we'll go over some stocks here and ask you a few questions.
All right, thanks, Alex. Oh, God, I got to put away my Tesla coil here real quick. Hold on one second. Thing's crazy. Okay, so... that thing's out of control.
No, that is not your radio.
Maybe it is. So...
Holy moly.
Looking at today, I found that Tesla seems to be really doing well for you guys. So, although it pulled back today, it's a great short for day traders. Okay, long term, the trend on this stock is still very much up. Okay, you're under some resistance right now, and it needs to break out. And I would say get up to at least 769.25 before you try to add any shares to this position. But it's riding a good wave of all the moving averages. And again, it's a good stock, good uptrend, and I like it. So again, let it hit 769.25, and then you can either buy some or add to your position.
And just an observation here. So in the stochastics that we have, the red above yellow, and there's quite a bit of gap there. So the gap would represent more money going into the stock. Am I correct?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's showing that you have more momentum to the upside. And I guess you could say yes, that's money going up. But what it means is there's more momentum. When you have good separation between your percent K and D lines, good separation, that means your momentum is to the upside. I call that the handsome fellow. When I'm red over yellow, because I know it's an uptrend, I call it my handsome fellow. Red over yellow, handsome fellow. And the opposite is when it goes red under yellow, we know we're going to start trending down. I call that the ugly fellow. So just if you remember those things, these are little things that I'll teach you when you come into class with me and Phil every day or when the market's open. And then, of course, working investor at 2 o'clock, I always tell you every day exactly what to do with your position. There's not really much learning involved. I keep it real simple. I let you know, hey, this is, Caterpillar, and Caterpillar today is a short stock, and, I'm adding to it today, and I'm going to keep my stop up around, 212.15 or something like that. Now, that's not exactly what I'm doing today. I'm just giving you an example of what it would sound like if you heard me during Working Investor every day at 2.
Yeah, we're pretty much still in the banks and still in the tech stocks as well. We'd be crazy to at least be crazy to ignore them due to the market manipulation through the 10-year yield and also the market itself, the Dow. Looking at the spiders, if we could take a look at the spiders here.
Yeah, I mean, looking at looking at SPY right now. I mean, this is a stock or an ETF that you should be in. Even though it wasn't a great day for it today, as the Dow currently is down about 74 points. But that's kind of a flat day. As long as the stock doesn't drop more than 5%, I say you just stay with it, because it has not dropped over 5% in several hundred days now, and I would just stay with it. Keep yourself a trailing stop under and ride that wave. It's going to just keep making money. It's still above all your moving averages. It's still being propped up.
Yeah, we're actually looking for that significant drop, correct? Because it hasn't dropped since, I think, April of 2020. If you look at it, it's just it's an uptrend.
Well, the last time we got a 5% pullback was right around, I want to say, October of 2020. So we're close, but 5% is a pretty good chunk, but it's not that big if you've been in it this whole time. Now, I don't like to coach people to start buying the S&P today, because it is very overbought, and it's, if you're going to, which you can, it's called a risk-on trade. You just make sure you're doing it with light amount of shares, and then once you get a new high, or you get an engulfment, which means you have good volume, your candle is bigger than the previous day, then you can add shares. But make sure, again, you're adding light and keeping your stop underneath it.
And that's why it's so important to join Phil's Gang. At least go to Phil's Gang, see if it's for you, because it's free for 10 days. I mean, what Steve's doing is basically guiding you into making profits. Nobody does that. Even if you get somebody who talks really a slick talker, and he says, I'm going to manage your money. There's some good guys out there, don't get me wrong, but they're just not going to do what we do for you. And we do this every day the stock market is open. And Phil, bar none, is one of the best traders out there. And of course, Steve is Phil's protege. I mean, Steve does an excellent job. And what else? What are you looking at? We got about 30 seconds left. What else are you looking at, Steve?
Right now, I'm just keeping a lot of attention on Apple, because Apple is breaking out the last couple of days, and that's due to the fact that the rates are starting to come back down a little bit. So watch your 10-year yield. If it drops below 130, I believe Apple will continue to shoot up.
All right. So that's just an example of what we do here at Phil's Gang. If you want to learn more, go to thephilsgang.com. If you have any questions, please feel free to call us, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to thephilsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, thephilsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of the people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days, philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed, because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere, because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let thephilsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at thephilsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. thephilsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at thephilsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at thephilsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let thephilsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at thephilsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. thephilsgang.com. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to thephilsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Hello and welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show, coast to coast, the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. My name is Alex Scott, sitting in for Phil Grande. Phil will be back from a vacation next week, or maybe sooner. And before Phil left for vacation, I had the opportunity to sit down with Phil and ask him a few questions that I thought might be something that anyone else would ask him. And this question involved the national debt. Phil always has interesting answers to these questions. So let's listen to Phil's answer and something that I call Phil's take.
National debt, well, I'll tell you about the national debt and how it affects the market. It doesn't anymore. It's that simple. Okay, it doesn't. Now that we do stock buybacks, remember what a stock buyback is. All it is, it's so easy. They came up with this, it used to be a crime. I mean, think about it. If you have 1,000 shares of stock and your earnings are coming out, and if you take those 1,000 shares and spread the earnings that are coming out for that quarter over 1,000, your stock's going to go down $5. So what do? They get money and they make sure they buy their own stock, reduce the 1,000 shares. They figure out, well, how much do I have to bring those shares down? How many less shares do I need to spread my earnings over so I don't lose $5, so I can make $5? So they calculate it out and say, well, you just got to reduce the amount of shares you own from 1 million down to 700,000. So now your stock now when your earnings come out, your earnings are being spread over 700 shares instead of 1,000. So your stock's going to go up $5 instead of going down. That's called a bubble. That's why if nobody believes this market's going to crash, you're out of your mind. We have the biggest bubble in history, and we have a bubble that is expanding every day because they keep extending. They keep extending the ETA of the crash through all the stimulus. And they're not done with the stimulus. So just enjoy it. I tell my members all the time, just strap yourself to the S&P. Just strap yourself to XLK or to the Qs. That's where all the money is. Just strap yourself
and put your stop back 6%. And if the stock comes back 6%, all of a sudden you start seeing the stock come back. My color-coded chart will warn you. It gives you, that's the beautiful thing about the color-coded chart. It will give you a call to action. All of a sudden you'll see on your chart it's green, then it'll turn yellow. So then you know, okay, I'm going to reduce my amount of shares I have, and I'm going to put my stop in. So I know exactly when I'm going to get out of this stock. You know, every stock, you got to think of it as an individual business. Every stock is its own profit center. And that's how you got to think of your stocks. If you have 5, 6 stocks, that's all you need, all year, same stocks. Think of each one as its own business, its own separate profit center. And once you do that, and you have the knowledge how to sell stock short, you be one of the 20% who make money consistently. You won't be in that camp of 80% who always lose money. And 80% of these people who are trading right now with Robinhood, they're going to lose money. They don't know what they're doing. It's the same thing that happened during the dot-com craze. Everybody just jumped in. They're afraid they're going to lose out. They're afraid they're going to lose out. Well, let me tell you, during the dot-com craze, they only had, at the end of the day, before what caused the market to crash, they only had 5 stocks contributing to the cap, contributing 18% to the market cap. That's it. Today, it's worse because they say we got 6 stocks that are contributing 25% to the market cap. So when those stocks start going down, those are the ones you watch, those tech stocks. They go down, it's over. We're over big. So, but the easiest thing about the stock market today is you don't need to know anything about the fundamentals. You don't have to study anything. You don't have to look at any tax returns. You don't have to 10Ks. You don't have to look at. You don't have to do any research. Isn't that nice? I mean, when you got the chart, like our chart, nobody else has them because they're patent. And after you got 10 days to look at this thing, okay, and you'll see it works. But my God, when you finally control, because this stock gives you this chart gives you the control. It warns you. And then not only that, but it will guide you when you're shorting so there's no fear. If you can put a light switch on and off, you can short a stock. God, shorting's so easy. And it's fun. Once you start shorting, you don't want to do anything else. And I got to say this. They're going to keep doing more and more stimulus. Until the guy on the street, Main Street, the day the market's going to crash is when he turns around and he has to say again, I tell this to everybody, when he says, I either got to pay my mortgage payment or I got to pay my credit card payment. But that's not going to happen when you continue to get all these stimulus checks from all these different stimulus programs. And all that's doing is making the bubble bigger and bigger, and we're going to make more money than ever when it crashes. It's just extended the ETA. That's all. That's all. The bubble's getting bigger and bigger. And you want to have fun? Wait till this market blows up and we start shorting it. Then you get some real fun. In the meantime, enjoy it on the way up. Strap yourself in, like I always say, on the S&P or the Qs or XLK. So that's where we stand with this market and how I see it today. It's going to crash, but you'll know when. You'll know when.
And that was Phil's take. He's absolutely right. And as a matter of fact, there was something that Phil said. As a matter of fact, having fun. And that's the point I want to get across is when I joined Phil's gang in 2013, of course, as an employee, I did not know a whole lot about the market. As a matter of fact, my skills are in computer science. And I went to school for computer sciences, and I didn't think about the market at the time. And I was lucky and fortunate enough to be hired into Phil's gang, and I started learning about the market. And it's kind of funny in many ways, but being in tech, I know all about computers. I know how to service computers. I know how to take phone calls, help people through certain issues, but they sat me down with the charts, and I pretty much had to figure the charts out on my own until I was able to ask questions. And, of course, nobody in the office at the time had the time to answer my questions. So I learned not only through osmosis but hands-on. So if I can do it, you can do it, and that's no joke. At first it was a bit intimidating. I have to admit. But we do have videos on our website that are basically walkthroughs that teach you how to use these charts. A lot of those videos are Steve himself. So there's quite a few videos in there from Phil as well. I'm not even sure if I'm in there anymore, but regardless, these videos are there to help us out. And sometimes I'll have to go back and get a refresher because there's certain rules that we follow in order to make profits in the stock market. And we make sure that we don't break those rules. Once you start breaking those rules, that's when people start having a difficult time. So even so, if they were to break those rules, we're here to help our gang members. So we'll have gang members email us. We'll have them call in. We have a messaging system on the website that you could basically text one of us here. And that is what we're here for. And as far as Phil is concerned, I got to say something. I'm not sure if you hear what's going on upstairs, Steve, but it sounds like somebody's trying to break into a vault. Can you hear that?
Oh yeah, that's definitely some good drilling there. But
we're in an office building, and it sounds like somebody's trying to hammer through the floor there. What, Phil? It's funny because I think it was back in 2017. Do you remember Lawrence O'Donnell from MSNBC? And he was caught on camera. He was so upset because somebody was hammering.
Oh. he was pretty upset about that, but I can't repeat what he said.
Oh, absolutely not. But it's hard to concentrate. So if you want to learn more about what we do here at Phil's Gang, go to thephilsgang.com. It's 10 days for free, risk-free. Click on Get Started, and you'll see the Working Investor Program. Check that out. Free for 10 days.
And don't forget the kids over at St. Jude.
Absolutely. We'll see you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.